Alrighty guys, brand new Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Karibo getting some support, and I heard this card is super busted. Let's go ahead and check it out. So Phantom Nightmare, new card. So starting right off, I guess we're going to check out the most broken card first. Well, I've heard it's broken. So this is the Passage of Stars and Frost. It says you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. So the first part is the monster you control was destroyed by your spell effect or an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard. This turn, you can conduct your next battle phase twice. Oh, okay. Wow, that is pretty busted. Okay, let's see the second part. So if a monster you control is returned to the deck or face down, extra while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. Okay, that is a huge surprise that you're going to be able to recycle this. So all you have to do, it says by your spell effect or an opponent's card effect. Now, obviously, you can give your opponent a card, but this means potentially, and keep in mind, this is a quick play spell card, all right? This is not just like a normal one, so I could set this and set up for the next turn to just actually just OTK my opponent. But you could even just do it on, it's your next battle phase. So you can literally use one of your spells, destroy one of your monsters, right? There's so many archetypes that can use this. I mean, you could just literally Dark Hole if you're playing Fire Kings and just get any other bonus, right? There's probably lots of archetypes that could still benefit off of this. Heck, doesn't Scraps like destroy one of your own cards? I mean, the ability to have two battle phases could actually be used more than just for attacking. I'm sure that there's some cards where it's like your next battle phase, something happens. Someone let me know, what can you use this with outside of just getting two battle phases that would just be like attacking, right? I'm sure there's some Yu-Gi-Oh card at the end of the battle phase, right? Because you can conduct your battle phase twice. So you would, like with example, Glads, right? They tag out at the end of the battle phase. But I don't know if this, okay, because I guess you would go to battle phase and then it would just go, would that end the battle phase to go to the next battle phase? This is a little bit interesting. How does that actually play out? I think that last time I saw a card that had two battle phases, it's like that snowman that has literally artwork of it farting. You guys know what I'm talking about? There are some like really weird Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but like the fact that this is quick play is actually not that bad at all because it's a spell effect or just any opponent's card effect, right? I mean, it's a pretty easy condition, and considering it's quick play. Now, would people be playing this? I mean, I think that this would be actually potentially, maybe you can use it in Watts. I think that there's a card where it destroys one, then you can summon another one, right? But nonetheless, being able to attack, multiple times for certain decks, I mean, this could be actually pretty busted. So I think this is conditional. It's not like, oh, you play any deck, you throw 3 copies of this in, but it could be pretty broken. And I think that since it is only once per turn for the second part, but the fact that you get to re-add that back, just for any other discard outlet, like I'm thinking about it outside of the box, right? So let's say I am able to add this card to my hand, right? It just has to exist in the graveyard. So I just discard it for another card effect, right? Discard one card to do X. And then if a card is just returned to the extra deck, you could do this really easy. Return to the deck, right? You could be playing Glads and just keep on tagging out and you just get to add this one card back. I think it has some potential, like outside of, again, the double battle phase. I think this is a pretty broken card for certain builds, but there's going to be a lot more that comes out with this. I feel like I could almost make this a 10-minute video talking about the potential of this card, but we'll reserve that for another time. All right, let's check out some of the other newer cards coming out in Phantom Nightmare. So this is a card called the Sibex Sorcerer. So this is another brand new monster. Looks like it's got 2,000 attack. It's going to be a Link 2, and it's a Aqua Link effect. So its zones are bottom right, so it's good zones. 2 effect monsters, so it's generic. So you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part is when this card's or your monster it points to inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can gain the same amount of life points. Okay. So the second part is if either player gains life points even during the damage step, you can make each player take 1,000 damage. Huh. If either player gains any amount of life points. Wait, the second effect of it each once per turn. Oh. I was thinking of something weird that you could do with like Dark Snake Syndrome, and then you could heal off of it, and then so your opponent would take the 1,000 damage and then another 1,000. Maybe you could do some really weird thing, but the only problem that I have with this is this is a once per turn, so it's going to take a while to ramp up, but I mean, 1,000 damage could add up. Obviously, you try to throw in some like reverse burn or something. I don't know. Maybe it could be used for some decks, just get another like 2,000 damage. You can do it like once during your turn and then like once during their turn because it's a once per turn. But still, 2K is not bad, and considering they still have to get rid of it, who knows? Maybe someone will figure out a way to make it viable. because like it is a once per turn. But again, just doing even 2,000 can be pretty nice. But you still have to use 2 monsters, which a lot of the burn decks just won't actually reach. Now, this is coming out in, I guess, Terminal World. Someone was mentioning this, and I was like, dude, there's no way. Gen X getting some support, like, this is an archetype I think never popped off. The only card that people used was, like, Gen X Controller, back when we used to play, like, the Undine in Water, right? You guys remember Mermails? Alright, let's go ahead and check out this, though. This is the Arms of Gen X Return 0, level 10 Dark Machine Synchro Effect. 3,100 attack and the 2,950 defense. 1 Dark Tuner and 1 plus non-tuner monsters. It says, when an opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you banish 1 card from your graveyard with the same attribute as that monster, but a different one than one of those banished to activate this effect. This turn, negate the activation to destroy that monster. I guess I got like, you have to banish one with the same attribute. It's kind of like, it's very conditional. Then, once per turn, you can target up to 6 of your Gen X monsters with different attributes that are banish, enter in your graveyard, shuffle the deck, and then you can destroy up to that many cards in the spell and trap zone. 1, spell and trap zone. 2, it's not even a quick effect. This quick effect is okay, so it's like negate 1, 31, and you'd still be maybe playing Gen X because it does require a Dark Tuner, which I guess I want to know, Gale. That's like the first thing that comes to my head because I was like the meta for so long for synchros. Anyways, Repair Gen X Controller is a Link 1 Dark Machine Link effect monster, 1,200, and the link zones are on the left. Its materials are 1 level 4 or lower Gen X monster. Okay, so you can only special summon Repair Gen X controllers once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you can add a Gen X monster from your graveyard to your hand. Once per turn, if a Gen X monster is added to your hand, except for drawing it, you can immediately add those effects, normal summon 1 Gen X monster. Also, you cannot special summon monster from extract for the rest of the tournament, except for synchro summoning using a Gen X tuner as material. This whole like, except like Gen X in 2023. All right, maybe these other cards are gonna make them viable. So our Gen X Undine is a level 4 Water Aqua effect, 1,700 and 1,100 are the stats. It says once per turn, you can banish a Gen X monster from your graveyard. This card gains that monster's attribute. Then, if you banish a tuner to activate this effect, you can treat this card as a tuner until the end of the turn. Second part is, if you control a Gen X Secret monster, you target 2 Gen X monsters in your graveyard, including this card, add them to your hand, also banish any card sent to your graveyard for the rest of this turn. Okay. Next up, we have the Gen X Turing, which is a level 2 Dark Spellcaster tuner effect with 600, 600. It says you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. So the first part is, during your opponent's main phase, if you control a Gen X monster, as a quick effect, you get to special summon this card from your hand. Then, immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon 1 Gen X synchro monster. The second part is, if this card on the field uses synchro material for a Gen X monster, it can be treated as a level 1 or level 3 monster. And then we're getting reprints of Controller, Undine, Power Planter, Turbo, Crusher, Magma. Oh, I like Birdman. Birdman was legit. Locomotion Art Gen X was actually kind of cool too. I really haven't seen anyone even play Gen X in more recent times. I haven't even seen anyone. Like, I mean, like, I've seen like 0 within the past few years. Anyone out there actually played Gen X? I remember it was kind of one of those. It was one of like the Hidden Arsenal or something. Like, people tried to make the deck. It was bad. But with this support, it doesn't make it any better. Sure, but like, it's like the fact that you can only go for like the other Gen X stuff, that's like a huge downside. And more than likely, I would say is probably still bad, but maybe someone will figure it out. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't see it going anywhere. Next up, let's check out the new Karibo support. So we have Winged Karibo level 6. So here's the artwork. It's 300 to 200, and it is a light fairy special summon effect. So level 6, and it says that it's always treated as an elemental hero and favorite card. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by banishing an elemental hero, fusion, or 1 ring Karibo from your hand, face up the field, or graveyard. You can only special summon 1 ring Karibo level 6 once per turn this way. So the first part is, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, or when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, as a quick effect, you tribute this card, destroy the monster. If you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. Okay. I mean, the summoning condition is a little bit difficult. It's like a splashable thing, but the effect is not bad. That you get to just, you get rid of the monster and you get to just burn them. It's basically, it's like Ring of Destruction, right? That's like the good one. I think it's got pretty decent, like, you know, ability, but again, you'd have to, it says, or a Winged Karibo from your hand. you said it, you wait one turn and he's going to do some burn damage. I don't know if it's going to be like viable. Anyways, let's check out the rest of the support. So this is Shining Star Dragon, which is a light dragon tuner effect monster. It looks like a boss monster almost. Anyways, so it's a level 4/0/0. It says you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. So the first part is during your opponent's main phase. If this card is in your hand, as a quick effect, target a dragon synchro monster graveyard, special summon this card. If you do, special summon that target, but its effects are negated. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon one dragon synchro monster using this card you control. Oh, so it's like a stepping stone. And then it says a dragon monster synchro summon using this card's material can't be destroyed by battle. It's actually pretty solid. So it's basically you make the card, and I guess if you maybe assault mode can maybe make use out of this. Then you can have your assault mode and this. I think this card's like not bad. It's kind of weird that we're getting with Karibo. This is just tokens. Okay, I don't really care too much about the tokens. Oh, we do have an announcement of some reprints. Dark Magician Gorilla is like the fan favorite stuff, like Red Eyes, okay, alternative. Microcoder, Astrograph, Stardust, Synchron, Black Luster Soldier, Legends of Swordsman, the Dark Magicians, Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, Garden Rose Maiden, Excel, Synchro Stardust Dragon. We got the Prime Mathmech Albertan, we got F-Zero Draco Future, then we got AznEyes Rebellion Dragon Overlord, Black Luster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, Crossout Designator, that's a good card. Favorite Hero, and Numbers EOVL. So let me know if any of these are insanely good reprints other than Crossout. I haven't really been keeping up with Yu-Gi-Oh prices lately, but yeah, are there any super expensive cards here? But nonetheless, I think some of these cards are actually pretty good. This card definitely pretty busted. I'm sure it's going to be something that people are just going to be like, oh, I just lost to this card. Like, that's going to be annoying. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new here, subscribe to the bell so you don't miss out when we cover even more new Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Peace out.